back to News Geelong, and it's time for a reflection of the year 2010 in the world of Geelong sport, and the one and only Flying Hawk, Nathan Curry.
Thank you very much, Rollo. Well, it's been a big year in sport. I've only been around to see 11 months of it, but there's been plenty to cover from all areas, including Ultimate Frisbee, which saw Andrew Gruntos take a team all the way to Japan for the World Championship.
The Olympic Committee are at the moment sort of deciding whether that's something they want in the Games. The only reason they don't want it in is because it's self-refereed, because of the spectator point of view. From that point of view, the spectators won't know what's going on. It has been trialled before at the Atlanta Games, and it was at the World Games last year and very successful. So it's popular, and I would think it would be there in a few years' time, I reckon.
Matthew Reid became the Sprint Car Driver of the Year.
Following a consistent 2009-2010 sprint car season out at Avalon Raceway, the Essendon Ford Sprint Car Premiership aggregate winner, Matthew Reid. Satisfying victory, Matt, in the end.
Yeah, for sure, Gav. It's always great to race at Avalon, and we local track close to home, and to be able to do well out there and have this awesome prize courtesy at Essendon Ford, it's really great result. Girls AFL has come along in leaps and bounds in Geelong this year.
I'm joined with John Etzel, and you are the development manager for AFL Victoria. Can you tell us a little bit about these girls teams that you've got up and running?
Yeah, sure. A couple of years ago we tried to get a competition going, and unfortunately went about it the wrong way and didn't understand the subtle differences between boys and girls having a go at a sport for the first time. But then last year, with a different strategy, approached a couple of schools and a couple of clubs, and they hosted our first ever competition last year. So we had a 4-team competition last year, and it's grown to 6 this year with a couple of new teams coming in.
Brent Gurgic coached Bellpost Hill to their first ever Geelong and District Football League flag.
Brent, obviously a long time in the waiting, finally first premiership for Bellpost Hill. How does it feel to be that coach?
Oh, it's obviously personally it's massive for me, but it's more to do with the players out there, and obviously the 22 players that played, and there's about 4 or 5 blokes that missed out, and as I said, over 33 years there's a lot of guys that have missed out, so it's really a big thing for them and a big thing for the club. Brian Thomas became the newly appointed Newtown and Chilwell Cricket Club coach.
Any new recruits, like young recruits as well, or are they just more that have played the last 2 years?
No, we've gone out and got 12 new recruits. We've got a young kid, Sam Arthur, who turned up from Essex seconds. He's coming through. He's 19-year-old leg spinner that can very handy bat. We've picked up some under-18 kids that I coached 4 or 5 years ago that have retired, and they've come back now, some bowlers, and picked up 4 or 5 young bats that are in the 24-25.
We met 2 of Geelong's newest members, local lad Billy Smets and Cameron Guthrie.
Yeah, it's definitely a big honour, and hopefully try and, obviously big shoes to fill, but I'll give it a crack, and yeah, look forward to it.
Gaz is going up to the Gold Coast. It's pretty big shoes to fill, but I'll try and do the number proud, I suppose. Yeah, not necessarily for me, but yeah, one of the boys said that, about 30,000 will have your number on your back before you play a game, but yeah, I'll just take it as it comes, I suppose.
In local footy, John Fitzgerald was awarded with the Geelong and District Coaches Association's Coach of the Year.
First of all, did you expect to win tonight?
No, not really. I think it's probably a bit of a cliche to say you don't expect to win, but if you're nominated amongst 5 other coaches, you probably think you're a bit of a chance, so I probably didn't expect to win, but pretty surprised that I did.
Anglesea Football Club President David Cook became the Personality of the Year, and he proved why he was a worthy winner when he spoke to us late in the evening.
Well, Cookie, you were the only one nominated in your category. Did you think you were a chance?
Actually, I told Dave Robertson to have $2,000 on a sports bet, but then I said, hang on, there could be a late entry, so I didn't know what was happening, but no, it's very nice to win the award. Yeah.
We kept in close contact with Paul Clossy, who coached the St Joseph's College First 18.
Joes have had a lot of recent success in football. What does the school do to try and ensure they put a good side out in the park?
Yeah, I mean, we devote a little bit to it. It's probably, it doesn't sort of get any emphasis on top of other things we do, but we're probably lucky. We have 1,400 boys there from an area of Victoria that's very football strong. So these guys are all playing good standard of local footy. The GFL is a great competition, so they're playing under-18 GFL footy, or some of them senior GFL footy. We've got a lot of guys involved in the Falcons program, and so they get the top training and fitness stuff all year. So we're really sort of, it comes down a lot to just to the quality of footballers we have.
Some of my highlights were presenting the news from various locations, including inside of a sprint car and at the bottom of a huge hole, at the construction site of the new Greyhound track. I also enjoyed covering the Geelong Cup, where I got to speak to a lot of very interesting people, spending my Tuesday mornings with Damien Shanahan and trying to come up with a joke for my good friend John Dunn each race meeting. And get ready for 2011, John, because I'm not done with the jokes yet. I'll see you all in 2011, and for the last time this year, it's back to you, Rollo.
Thank you, Nathan. See you again in 2011 next Wednesday evening for another sports report. And now to Mother Nature and the all-important weather over the coming days leading us into the new year of 2011. Tomorrow, New Year's Day 2011, some early cloud clearing to a fine day, a low of 12 and a top of 22. Sunday will be similar weather conditions with cloud clearing to a fine day, a low of 10 and a top of 18. Starting next week, Monday, clear sunny day with a low of 14 and a top of 17. On Tuesday, we can expect another clear and sunny day with a low of 16 and a top of 24. And on Wednesday, the clear sunny weather continues with a low of 13 and a top of 22. Thank you for being with us on News Geelong this Friday evening, New Year's Eve. Remember, to all our growing number of viewers of News Geelong, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, thanks for being with us in 100 episodes. You have a pleasant evening and a very, very good night.
All the best, Rollo.